Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of SlamTube with Victor Hammer. I'm your host, James Phoenix. With me is Chris the Mole,
Hello.
the two-time award winner.
Yep.
And we are here to talk about the just ended Elimination Chamber pay-per-view 2018. The pre-show is worthless, so we'll open up the program proper. And this year we actually opened it up with the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Raw Women's Championship.
Yep. On the last ever Raw pay-per-view.
Yep. It's true.
And yeah, we have the 6 women in Elimination Chamber match.
Yep.
I like this match.
It was a good match.
There was elements in it which were cool as well, and elements I didn't enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, probably involving the same people. Like Sasha eliminating Sasha pushing Bayley off and betraying her and laughing was awesome.
Mm.
It was not awesome when you get a Twisted Bliss from the top and she just no-sells it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always find, unless you're someone big enough like Braun to pull it off of, oh, they're meant to be indestructible, if it's a regular person doing that, it just hurts the finisher.
Mm-hmm.
And it kills the credibility of the person they're against, because you're no-selling the fact they just hit you with their most powerful move.
But she won with the Twisted Bliss.
She also hit one off the top, and straight away Sasha just no-sells it.
Oh, okay.
So she looks weaker doing it.
Fair enough.
It'd be like let's say Triple H pedigreed, I don't know, Cena.
Okay.
And pins him 1, 2, 3. If Cena then gets up and is acting perfectly fine and stuff afterwards, it just makes it look weaker.
True.
And everyone would be like, what the fuck just happened? But like you said, Bliss won, which was cool.
Yep.
We had some great moments. I liked the part when she was climbing up the cage, and either side of her was
Sasha and Bayley, yeah.
Sasha and Bayley, and it's like, oh, that's awesome.
That was really cool. I was a little disappointed that they went through this whole thing for the last few weeks of Mickey and Alexa are working together, and then Mickey got eliminated before Alexa even got in the match.
Yep, that was a little weird. Like, I thought the final 4 would have come down to the 2 horsewomen and Alexa and Mickey.
Yeah, you would think.
Then we got a great promo at the end.
Actually, technically, they were the last 4. Alexa just didn't make it out of the pod before they were less than 4.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We'd get the last 4s in the last 4 actually wrestling at once.
Mm.
But, yeah, it's a case of, then, as I was saying, we had a great promo.
Yes,
by Alexa, which is great, where
she's
like, oh God, and she's so emotional, and she betrays us all.
It is her trademark at this point.
It is, which I like. I like that.
Yeah.
And the crowd bought into it well.
They did.
No.
Yeah.
I was waiting. You normally shoot us over to the next bits.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was on. Yeah, I just said this was, I think, an impressive match, and I think it did what it needed to do. And I think the women put on a good showing for the first ever chamber match. It was well done. The next match on the card, let me take a look at the list here. The next match on the card was the Raw Tag Team Championship match of The Bar versus Titus Worldwide.
Yep, which this was an okay match.
It was an okay match. I mean, they good back and forth. Chriz was doing a lot of great athletic moves. Sorry, Apollo. He's not Chriz anymore.
Nope. Which fair enough with that, but it's and yeah, I thought this match was okay, but nothing special.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed that Titus Worldwide didn't win as much as the Bar are clearly a better tag team. If only because Titus Worldwide has, for several months now, been beating the Bar in every non-title match, but losing every title match. And it's like you could have gotten this team over and said you just destroyed this team's credibility. Like no one will ever take this team seriously again.
To be fair, they're kind of a joke team. It would destroy the Bar's credibility if they lose the titles to them.
Except it wouldn't be because the Titus Worldwide clearly showed they could beat the Bar in a match. They've done it in every non-title match. It's only the title matches they lose. So all it does is make Titus Worldwide look like they're, like they choke at the the main event point, and that's defeat. So it's the same freaking thing they did with Enzo and Cass.
Yeah, or it's the other thing, like they did with Charlotte when she kept winning at the pay-per-views and stuff. It's the idea that when the belt's on the line, when the match matters, the team performs at their absolute best. Because the Bar have mentioned before now that on a matchup that's not for their title, they'll get themselves disqualified and stuff because they don't really care about the result.
Right.
But if it's for their title, they will fight to the death for it. To then have them lose to a joke team isn't, you know what I mean? It doesn't make them look that good.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But yes, the Bar retained the tag team titles. So
We are the Bar.
They are the Bar. All right. After that, we had ourselves Asuka versus Nia Jax with the stipulation that if Nia won, she'd be added to the WrestleMania Raw Women's Championship match.
Yep.
And Asuka, despite taking a beatdown, managed to score victory off of Nia Jax off of countering what looked like a powerbomb attempt into a roll-up. But the night did not end well for Asuka, as post-match she suffered an increasing beatdown, ending with being just absolutely blasted through a demolished ringside barricade.
Yeah. I will say this was the worst match of the night for me.
Yeah.
One, we already know LOL Asuka wins.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really have great chemistry. And
Not really.
It was just a repeat almost, besides the ending, which wasn't part of the match. It was just a repeat of what they've already done the last time they fought and the time before that. And you're like, oh, can we stop this now?
Yep. Indeed. So that happened. Then we had Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt.
We want people.
We want people.
Which was funny.
It was.
It shouldn't happen where they're chanting that, where they're chanting "We want beach ball," but I know I did, and I think Jim did too. We heard it as "We want people," and we're like, "That's just harsh."
That's what it sounded like.
You say like they're non-people. That's just harsh. But no, it turns out no, they wanted a beach ball.
Yeah, I thought it was "We want Nero" for a minute, like they were hoping Brother Nero would show up because of recent reports that Jeff's getting better. But Mo went online to confirm no, it was in fact "We want beach ball."
But the matchup itself was it was okay for the people in it.
Yeah, it's what you would expect in a match between these two.
And Woken Matt managed to pick up a victory.
He did after playing some mind games with Bray to start the match, which was interesting.
And since Bray won the last one, he's won this one. It means, yay, we're all treated to another one of these matches, probably at Mania.
Probably, which is rumored to be the potential return of Brother, or debut in this case, of Brother Nero. So,
I just argue return.
Fair enough.
Because he's still meant to be Jeff.
He is.
He's still the same character. He's just renaming himself.
True.
It's like when the artist formerly known as Prince released a CD. It's not his first date. It's his CD. He still had all the other ones.
True. Okay.
And he's still just fucking Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, Brother Nero, it's still fucking Jeff Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
I still argue they shouldn't turn him into Brother Nero.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you're not watching because you're going, and you're lit up now like you're clearly typing.
No, just making sure that we don't have anything left besides the main event after this.
Yep. But yeah, the reason I don't want him to turn into Brother Nero is, at least from WWE's standpoint, as much as I don't like him, Jeff Hardy sells a fucking shit ton of merch.
He does.
And you could always move Jeff Hardy to SmackDown, keep Woken on Raw, or vice versa, and get really a shit ton of merchandise from both Hardys, from both brands.
Yeah. And given that all the pay-per-views are cross-branded now, you could still have them interact on cross-brand pay-per-views.
Yeah, I mean, just because just because he's Jeff Hardy doesn't mean he has to hate Woken Matt. I mean, it could work if that makes sense. Because like the Jeff Hardy armbands and all the T-shirts and stuff, it sold.
Yep.
And I feel all they're doing there is killing a cash cow to basically try and make the Woken one sell, which I don't think it'll sell as much as Jeff Hardy merch did. Like at one point, Jeff was outperforming Cena and stuff in merch.
Wow.
That's the type of merch we're talking about that they're just throwing away for Woken.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I don't like that.
No, it's not good. Alrighty, and then last time, obviously, we did have the men's elimination chamber match, the first ever 7-man chamber.
You just skipped over the contract signing.
Oh, I'm looking at the match list. Sorry, I forgot about the contract signing because it's not listed with the match results.
It was like the best part of the night.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So yes, the final segment before the main event was the contract signing of Ronda Rousey, which had been heavily advertised.
Yep.
And featured Triple H, Stephanie, and Kurt signing her to her contract, and shenanigans ensued.
Yeah, because it's been 3 years in the making. We now own the bitch.
Mm-hmm. And Stephanie, didn't I hear you say that she was a has-been and that even you could take her?
Yep, and it ends with Ronda putting Triple H for a table and looking really pissed and signing her. She just signs her contract, casually just throws it on top of him and walks off. It was a great segment.
Yeah, after Stephanie slapped her in the face and then thought better of it and ran away.
Yep, I like that. I like that segment. I thought the whole segment worked, and I was excited to see it. And then, like I said, him going through the table was just a great moment.
It was, and I feel like I know Kurt Angle was one of the rumored possibilities to team with Ronda in a purported mixed tag match against Hunter and Stephanie at WrestleMania. So that seems to be the direction they're going, unless Kurt just says he's going to go out and hire somebody to do it for him, which is possible.
Yeah, he could always say, "Oh, well, it's meant to be 3 years in the making. Here's the Rock."
Yeah, he could.
Or they could fire Kurt this week, and they could always make it where if the team wins at WrestleMania, Kurt gets his job back.
That'd be interesting.
But yeah, then we have the 7-man, first ever 7-man
Elimination Chamber match for the #1 contendership for the right to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania.
Yep. I'm going to say Miz was delightful in this, and it's a shame he went out first.
Yeah.
Like, at one point, he had the 4-way it kicks, or yes kicks, or whatever you call them.
Yeah, he did.
Which is cool. Then, at the beginning, he's doing all that to Seth to tell him to just attack Balor with him, which is fucking funny. Miz was a delight.
He was. But Miz is always a delight.
And I also argue everyone kneeled before Miz when we had all 4 people kneel before him.
It's true.
Perfect, because Reigns is supposed to be Superman now.
Mm-hmm.
We needed a Zod.
Yep.
It's hopeful. I just want Miz to be in the main event, goddammit. But yeah, he was delightful in this.
He was. And overall, it's just a really good match. Every man in the match gave their all and really busted their asses to get this over, from just, repeat finishers, evading things, climbing up the cage, getting thrown off the cage. Braun Strowman particularly put on a great show where he eliminated 5 of the men in the match to bring it down to himself and Roman Reigns at the end. And just...
Yeah. Miz was the only person, I think, not eliminated by Braun Strowman.
No, Braun eliminated him too.
Well, which one didn't he eliminate?
Himself.
Okay, because I know they said he eliminated 5 people and there was 7 in there. I was thinking, oh, I thought 1 had skipped it.
No, because it was 5 people that Braun eliminated, Braun himself, and Roman who won the match.
Ah, fair enough.
I know the math is weird when you have 7 in there.
Yeah, I thought one of them would have survived. I thought one of them would have not got pinned by him.
No, they wanted to build it up so that Roman would look better when he beat Braun after Braun beat 5 other dudes. Which, yeah, he started off with the Miz. Elias was delightful too, where all the guys are trying to beat up Braun, and he just shoved all the dudes off in Elias's pot up, and he was like, "Nope, I'm just gonna stay right here."
I will say Braun was a little ridiculous. I like Braun, but it was a little too much where everyone hits their finisher and he keeps just kicking out on 2 and stuff.
Yeah, and they all hit finishers, and then 4 people pinned him simultaneously, and he kicked out with authority on all of them.
It's also weird because when you think about it in a logical standpoint, just from a logistics, I want to say, whoever wins the chamber, regardless of who actually won before we go that route, regardless of all the people in there, if Braun kicked out of all their finishers, how are they credible against Brock, whose finisher instantly kept Braun down?
It's true.
But I suppose,
yeah.
But yeah, Reigns won, which I'm going to make the case I'm not entirely against.
Yeah, I mean, he and Brock will put on a good show, if nothing else.
One, their matchup wasn't terrible at last WrestleMania.
Yep.
Also, Reigns has actually improved, and I feel some of the hatred he gets isn't as deserved now as it was like 3 years ago. Because let's face it, he's main evented WrestleMania now for I think it's 4 or 5 years on the run.
Mm-hmm.
Which is impressive.
Yeah.
Kind of. Well, not that impressive because it's up to WWE who they put there. But yeah, it's a case of I don't think his hatred is as deserved. I don't like him, but I don't think he's the worst thing there.
Yeah.
Like in that match, to me personally, the worst possibility for winning would have been Balor. Because how the hell would Balor beat Brock?
I don't know.
I wouldn't believe that for a second. I still think Balor needs to go down to 205.
I can see that.
But yeah, then after the matchup, Braun kills him.
Yeah, then Braun kills Roman, multiple power slams, and throws him through a pod.
Yep.
Which, as you pointed out, was a very clever trick to get the crowd to cheer at the end of an event in which Roman Reigns won the main event.
Yeah, it does make them cheer. And it worked.
It did.
And to be fair, when Reigns actually got his pinfall, the crowd didn't boo either. So hopefully they're learning to not just hate him.
Hopefully.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he didn't get the "you deserves it" that Alexa got, but he still got cheered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but overall, it was a good main event. It was definitely entertaining to watch all the crazy things that happened. The 4 guys picking Braun up for the 4-man shield bomb was really cool. Cena picking 2 dudes up to try to AA him, even though he didn't pull it off. Just a lot of impressive stuff going on over the course of the match.
Yep.
So just really, really good all around.
Elias lifting Braun Strowman up in the corner.
And yeah, he did get him off the ground very, very briefly.
It still counts. Look at how many times they tell us on at WrestleMania, at one of the WrestleManias or whatever it was. John Cena managed to lift up both the Big Show and Edge, despite Edge only being on there for like a split second and rolling off Big Show.
That's true.
Therefore, he lifted Braun Strowman. It counts.
Okay, fair. We'll go with
it. He didn't complete the move, whatever the hell he was going. And why the hell would he try that? But still.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's his finisher. It's set up powerbomb.
But why would he try that to someone twice or 3 times his size? He's not going to do it.
Because WWE hasn't figured out how to program weight detection into actual superstars yet.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's always weird to me where guys who know they can't do it try to do it, and you're like, that just makes you look silly.
Well, fairness, Cena picked him up for an AA.
He's not twice or 3 times the size of Cena.
That's true.
Cena's bigger than Elias. He's bigger than. He's big. He's way bigger than Elias, and he's only slightly bigger than Cena. Well, he's more bulkier than Cena, but not.
Yeah.
It's not that much.
Fair enough.
Plus, Cena can.
That's true.
But,
But yes, that was Elimination Chamber as a pay-per-view. The final Raw exclusive pay-per-view of the current brand split, at least for the time being. Overall, what did you think?
It was bookend well. The 2 chamber matches were great.
They were.
The contract signing is my favorite part.
That was
Besides that, the matches were sort of like.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I'll still give it a thumb up because we got 2 really great matches, and we got a great segment out of it too. And where I'm curious to see where it goes and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And oh god, no! Now John Cena doesn't have a match at WrestleMania. But yeah, I'm still going to give it a thumb up. That's
fair. All right. Yeah, I'm going to give this a very good rating. I'm going to give it 85. It was, that's maybe generous. Let's go with an 80. I'd say an 80 because there were 2 great chamber matches. The tag team match was enjoyable. Even if it wasn't, top quality, it was still a decent match. The other 2 were kind of But overall, it was an enjoyable card. So we had that great signing segment. So it was definitely a worthwhile pay-per-view. Definitely worth the $9.99 for the month.
Yep.
And that's on top of the great Jericho special I got to watch the other day. So check out our review for that we did earlier today here on this channel.
We did.
All right, so this has been Elimination Chamber. Stay tuned in a couple of weeks because, of course, we will have the final SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view with WWE Fastlane. And then coming up on April the 8th, on my birthday, the one, the only, WrestleMania.
Hey.
Indeed. We'll see you next time, folks. Peace.
So, it's both WrestleMania and the first time you hit puberty.
Ah.